for calling Bridgecrest. To make a payment, press 1.
Thank you for calling Bridgecrest. My name is Myrna. To whom do I have the pleasure speaking with? And you're calling with regards to your 2013 Mini Coupe?
Yes.
Okay, so how may I assist you?
So I was told to call this number instead of going online because I'd like to pay off my car loan today. For the first time in my adult life, I bought and paid for my 2013 Mini Cooper Coupe in full. I paid off my car in just under 3 weeks, and it feels so good every time I unlock the door and get into the car to know that she is all mine. Hi, I'm Niki. Welcome to Paws Bound. So if you've been with me for a while, then you know that my husband and I are finally getting our shit together and paying down our debt. And I am so proud of Don for completing his debt payoff journey a couple of months ago. It puts him that much closer to retirement. Paying off thousands in credit card debt, it's hard. It takes work. It takes a lot of sacrificing, saying no, missing out on things, not being able to give gifts to friends and family and hoping that they'll understand, and questioning every single purchase and feeling guilty when you do buy yourself something. It's really defining wants versus needs, something as a Gen Xer I never fully grasped, and I still struggle with it. I am of the conspicuous consumption generation that has to have everything right now, and I've lived my life in constant credit card mode. If I wanted something, I would just charge it. I would rack up debt on my credit cards, then I'd do balance transfers to free up some more charging room on my cards. I have so many credit cards that I have lost count. Luckily, Don holds on to them these days. Dinners, vacations, handbags, shoes, groceries, even fast food went onto credit cards or buy now, pay later. Luckily, I've never had an issue with being able to pay off Afterpay or Klarna in full. And I know those BNPLs get people into a lot of trouble. And earlier counterparts of the buy now, pay laters were like the payday loans like Amscot. Luckily, I never got sucked into that world. You want to know what the ironic thing is? Is that I never had a problem with my credit score. It was typically in the mid 700 range because I made sure that I always paid the minimum payment. I was responsible with money in one respect because I made sure never to bounce checks or incur any overdrafts on my checking account. I think it was why I was able to get the loans on all of those fancy cars that I drove. But the debt kept accumulating to the tune of $60,000 before I finally got a handle on it. And my debt utilization rate actually got up to 40%. And as you know, Don and I are trying to plan for our future, a future that feels very much in flux right now. We started our Mexico journey back in November and started talking about it in like early 2024. And the political climate was different then. The United States looks a lot different than a year or so ago. Mexico was an option for us, an option to live a different kind of life, to make our money stretch a little further. We're not so sure that's possible now. So we have to look at other options as well. We have a few options that we are considering. One of the options has to do with that Mini Cooper that I just bought. The reason why I got a smaller car with a manual transmission is because it could be towed. One of our options we are thinking about is RV life. We've talked about it over the years, and we're still trying to see if that life could work for us. We wanted a car that was lightweight and could be flat towed behind a Class C RV. At first, Don and I considered a Class B van. So over the summer, we went to the Florida RV Summer Show to go check out some RVs in person. You flushed the toilet, didn't you? Don and I are here at the Tampa Summer RV Show. We're here checking out some Class Bs, some Class Cs, just checking out some options, seeing if this something is a viable thing for us. Okay, so this is a Class B and this is a Tiffin. It's one of the ones that we've been wanting to see. It's a Sprinter, and I believe it's on a Mercedes chassis. So let's go take a look at this one. These things are tight, people. You know, this is one of the things that we wanted to do, is we wanted to get in these and actually see if, you know, there was space in here. How much room? You know, remember, we've got 5 pets that we're going to try to fit in this, and it's so narrow. After a lot of research, Don and I quickly realized that a Class B, it just wasn't going to suit our lifestyle, especially with 4 cats and a dog. We like to stretch out in our reclining couch at night and watch TV, and we also like our separate spaces. Don and I both work from home, and as much as we love being together, there are times when these 2 introverts, we need our separate spaces to just decompress. Don will watch his man sports and news videos while I'll watch my chick stuff on YouTube and Netflix. If we go down the RV route, then we will need extra space, preferably a back bedroom area that closes off so that I can get up in the morning to work and Don can sleep in or watch TV in the back. A Class C would also give us a bigger bathroom, preferably a dry bath where we can keep the litter box in the shower without stepping over it to go pee. Okay, we're sitting in the one that I was really hoping that this RV show would have. So this is, what is this? The pleasure, no, leisure, pleasure, not leisure. The Wonder. It's not the Unity. I thought it was the Unity. We looked at the Unity. The Unity had a back bathroom. This one has the back living room and a front living room, a separate shower from the bath. This is the one that we would love to get, that we aspire to get if we sold our home. This would be like the replacement for our home. So this is the one that I really, really wanted to see. And Don, does it disappoint?
No.
It does not disappoint. We absolutely love this thing, so let's take a look at it. So this is the back living room, and then you have this Murphy bed here that lays down to make a bed in the back. These also come up and it's configurable. And then you have this nice living room area with the TV. And that's just the back half. This is the ideal one. This is the one that just caught our eye when we keep seeing videos on it. And we were really hoping it would be here, and it is. So yeah, this is the dream RV for us. Definitely. And if we were to do the RV thing, we wouldn't be able to afford it until late next year. As we're paying down our debt, our mindsets are shifting as well. Do we really want to go back into debt over an RV next year? Not really. 6 months ago, I would have pounced on the purchase of an RV with a large monthly payment, because that has always been the way that I have viewed having things. I think in the United States, we normalize debt. It's become such a normal way for so many people to live. And there's so much marketing and influencing that tells us that we deserve to live this way, to have the house, the new car, the grand vacations. So speaking of other options, we're also considering, once our credit card debt is paid off and an emergency fund is established, we're actually considering maybe paying off our house as well. When we were starting down the Mexican path, we were all for selling our house. But what happens if we needed to return to the United States? Where the hell would we live? I'm not so sure we'd be able to afford rent without dual incomes. And with our brood of animals, finding a place to rent, it might prove even more challenging, not only here, but also in Mexico. Don and I have been wanting to make some changes to our house, like finishing our upstairs flooring and resurfacing the pool that we haven't been able to do because of the weight of this credit card debt. Do we really want to do these things for someone else in order to sell the house and then move on? And then they get to reap the rewards? Welcome to a rainy vlog in Florida here. It's pretty rainy today. It's a Sunday. We're at the Florida Home Show. So this is at the fairgrounds, and we wanted to come here so that we can see if there's anything that we can do to improve our house. Like, you know, there's vendors here hopefully for like our pool. We want to fix our pool up, so we're seeing if there's any vendors here for that. Roof, you know, bathroom stuff, things like that. Things that when we're finally out of debt, we can actually afford to do and fix up our house. So that's why we're at the Florida Home Show. So I'm going to take you along with me. So we've had success so far. We found a cleaning service for the pool, and also they're going to give us a quote for resurfacing our pool and putting in new tiles. So pretty cool. And then there's the work situation. I'm still in my high earning years. I need to keep working. Both Dawn and I have a fairly good amount in our 401k accounts, something that we got serious about maybe 10 or so years ago, but it could be better. And I need more time to save. If predictions are accurate, I'm looking at 20 to 25% less Social Security benefits when I'm eligible to start drawing on them in 9 years. So do we intend to keep our temporary Mexican residency current? Yes, Mexico is still on the table for us. So we will go back at the end of February, maybe beginning of March, and renew our residency. We worked too hard to let that lapse. What about staying put in Tampa? Is that an option? Maybe. We may get priced out of this area with insurance and daily expenses. On a side note, Dawn and I wanted to go this past weekend to visit some museums in St. Pete. Can't afford it. It was going to cost us close to $70 to go to the Dolly Museum. Dawn and I would love to go to a Bucks game, but even nosebleed seats would be over $100. I want to go to the Nine Inch Nails concert with my sister and nephew. Again, nosebleed seats are $50 and up. Things are just getting ridiculously expensive here. Tampa is also seeing housing prices decrease, but homeowners insurance keeps increasing because of our hurricanes. We don't know what the right answer is for us now, but we do know one thing. Having credit card and car debt will not make any of these options that I mentioned in this video possible. So trading my Mercedes and paying off the Mini Cooper, that was the right thing for us to do, to move the needle in the right direction for a better financial future. I have no regrets selling my car. I'm so glad that I was able to sell off a lot of my luxury items, which is exactly how I paid off $9,400 in my car loan in less than 3 weeks. I can now apply that $652 car payment that I was making on the Mercedes to speed up paying off $26,124 in credit card debt.
Today, the payoff amount is $2,483.61. Are we going to proceed?
Yes, please.
To use your debit card ending in, okay, we don't have a debit card. Do you have your debit card?
That's because I haven't made the first payment yet.
Do we have your permission to send your confirmation number to the email address on file?
Yes, you do.
There you go. Payment has been successfully processed, and the payment confirmation will be sent to your email address. And again, Nicole, thank you so much for your payment. And Nicole, congratulations, and your account has been already paid off. And congratulations with your paying up.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I hope you continue to follow along on this channel. I think you know how much I appreciate that. I'll continue to show you glimpses of our life in Tampa, updates on debt, luxury and designer items I've kept and why, and what our future plans look like. Until next time, hasta luego, my friends.